A new generation of design houses is telling a different story. One where Africa sits at the center of global conversations on style and modern living. Among them is Chivalry Design, a Johannesburg-based interior design company that has been shaping homes and lifestyles across South Africa since 2015. Known for interiors that combine sophistication with African creativity, their work shows that true luxury is not about imitation but about authenticity, individuality, and timeless style. Beyond decor, Chivalry Design delivers complete solutions from custom furniture to construction and finishing touches, redefining what it means to live in spaces that reflect both elegance and cultural identity. Joining us is Silars Hlongwane, founder of Chivalry Design. Silars, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to The Upside. Let's talk about Chivalry Designs and what inspired you to create this company back in 2015.
Thank you so much to you and the viewers. Thank you for having me. I always say that my story is sort of uninspiring, if that is the word to use, because I feel like purpose find me as opposed to me finding the purpose. As I grew up, I never thought that I would end up being in a space that I operate in today, like interiors. But somehow, fate would have it that I would end up here where I wanted to supplement my salary. I got in the space, and then one thing led to another. But one thing that I picked up when I started the business, like we started literally in a container where I bought one couch. And then after buying just one couch, and then as I deliver, I got to realize that many customers, they love my aura and they would inquire more from me. And then in pursuit of wanting to give them something of substance, what I did is I realized that more and more people would, like, for example, if we deliver the couch, customer would ask, okay, what do you think of the color of my curtains? What can I add? What other items can I add? What colors, etc., etc. And as a result, then I ended up deciding to take this seriously. And then I went to register in part-time while I was working, of course, on in the business. Then I registered part-time to do interior design. While at the very same time where we are, we then pursued also the road to have our own manufacturing workshop as well. So basically, this is where it ended. This is all spans throughout the period from 2015 up until now. So it's been 10 years in the game.
That is a story that needs to be in a book one day. What a beautiful story. And this is us, just in case you've just started listening live. We are speaking to Silars Hlongwane. He is the founder of Chivalry Design. We're not only celebrating their 10th year anniversary, but we also are trying to understand contemporary African living. What does African luxury look like in our homes? And we're going to continue the conversation when we return.
Africa Update on Channel Africa with Lulu Kabu.
Mozambique's opposition leader Venancio Mondlane has been charged with incitement to terrorism and disobedience. He faces a total of 5 charges. The charges relate to post-election violence that left hundreds of people dead. What punishment is he looking at?
The most severe charges are 2. One is incitement for terrorism, and also is being charged for mobilizing people for terrorism during the protests. These charges are really serious and severe. If he is condemned, is found guilty, he could serve 10 years plus years in jail, meaning that he would be banned from political participation, mainly for the 2028 and 2029 electoral cycle.
The director of CDD, the Center for Democracy and Development, Adriano Novunga.
Africa Update with Lulu Kabu, 12 to 1 p.m. Central African Time.
Mmatsheko, Mosito and Lekhuleni on the Upside.
22 past 2 p.m. in Central African Time. Thank you for joining us in this segment as we look at interior design. So Chivalry Design is who we're celebrating, and the founder joins us on the line. He was talking about how he didn't go out seeking the purpose, but the purpose found him in the work that he does. And we're really just unpacking the story. Silas, let's talk about that. Let's delve into contemporary African living, and I've seen that. Also, having gone on TikTok quite a bit and other social media platforms, people are
Yeah,
really looking to bring in a piece of luxury into their homes. You know, instead
absolutely.
of always going to like some luxury resort and paying $50 million, just to stay there, they want to bring a piece of that into their home. So, how would you describe African luxury, which actually in many spaces could often be sort of misunderstood from a global perspective?
Okay. One thing that the beautiful thing about our industry, there's been a shift, if I want to put it like that. I would say globally, if not in Africa, where you can see that people want to sort of come and take beauty from Africa. People are getting more and more inspired. And there's a sense of pride with Africanism as well, from within and outside. So there's no longer shame to be identified as being an African, irrespective of where one is. And we walk with such confidence. And as a result, this has made it so easy to be able to infuse that, the African taste, into whatever it is that we're doing. So when our clients, and as a result as well, when what we have seen with the trend, and I think that's what made it easy for us. I don't know if the journey is easy or made it possible for us to thrive in this. It's because people are no longer looking for imported stuff, basically. They want stuff that are handmade, stuff that are sustainable, stuff that speaks to them and that speaks to their roots as well. And then that's where we come in, because what happens when people come to us is that the whole ideas are just scattered everywhere, and then we take it and then we sort of then guide them into for the idea to mold into what is it that they want. But what I have to say is that it's no longer really difficult to infuse Africanism into the design, because there's a sense of pride that we walk with as Africans, irrespective of where we are. Even the world as well. I would say the world is catching up into what Africa has been about. Because if you look also musically and in different disciplines, there's a sense of wanting to tap into Africanism in whatever it is that people are doing. So it's really no longer much that difficult. As I don't know what are the difficulties that the designers that lived, I would say maybe pre-apartheid, how did they find the environment? But we are finding it a bit more easier these days.
Silas, paint a picture of your typical clients who come to you. Are these
Yeah.
people who are, do they have families? Are these just couples? We want to zhuzh up our space. What kind of homes are they living in? Are these big spaces with massive gardens? Or are they working with small little apartments and asking you to maximize? Paint a picture of the typical request that you get and the kinds of clients that come through to your studios.
At this point in time, our business has been ever evolving. At this point in time, most of the customers that we're dealing with are mostly middle-aged customers, 2, 3 kids, mid 40s, who are buying more likely that their third house. And um, 10 years in the industry, some of these customers are repeat customers who bought their first couch just when they started with their first job.
Wow.
And
Wow.
then life happened. They got married. Now they're starting a family. Possibly they ventured into business. Now they want to move into better estate, secured estate, whatever the case. Mostly these are the type of customers that we deal with. I mean, just to name but few, some of the estates that we've done. We've done Mooikloof Heights in Pretoria East. We've done the Alos in Polokwane. We've done work in Umtata. So yeah, high-end customers, but will lay low down. Our customers are very much private, lay low down. They are very much, how can I put it, if I could find the right word, very much personal and intimate with us, not really out there. These are the type of customers that we deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah, I'm on the Instagram page at the moment, chivalry underscore designs underscore 2. Stunning furniture, absolutely stunning.
Thank
And
you. Thank you.
also, you really celebrate Africa beautifully. It's not overwrought with all kinds of things on the walls, but it's really just, you can see it in the cushion, you can see it in, you know, the little feet on the couches, you know, there's a little touch of Africa in everything. But let's expand beyond the home space, Silas, and really look at design, because, you know, we are looking for design everywhere. I went to a hair salon, for example, yesterday for the first time. Let's just say I'm never going back there again because of the design. It was so distracting. The walls are purple. There's flowers on the seats. It's just horrendous, and I found myself being very, very distracted. I don't know if I'm neurodivergent or whatever, but I was really thrown off by the interior of the place. So let's talk about, you know, designing spaces like hair salons, like libraries, you know, public spaces. You know, how should we consider that, and the touch and feel?
I always say, I'm like, at the core of what we do, at the center of what we do, is what the customer wants. It's very important. I cannot impose what the customer want. And then that's number one. Number one, it's that we need to be obsessed with customer needs. That's very important. Number two is the practicality of whatever it is that we're doing, because there are times as a customer, they might come, they want something else that they think it looks nice, but it's not practical. You might find that sometimes it might clash with the environment, the ecosystem where this is going to work. Like you said, you went into the salon, but the colors were just not speaking to you. So definitely, if you are dealing with African people, you definitely will have to think around neutrals. You think about earthy tones, you think about the wood, you think about all these natural elements. You know what I mean? So at the center of interior, number one is to be obsessed about what the customer wants. Number two is the functionality of an item. Once you get these two, for me, these are the things that we as a business, I always emphasize to my team. Once you get these two right, your business is definitely gonna soar. And we've seen that with our business. When we started to really focus on these two, our business just took off, and then the sky has been the limit.
Silas, this has been a masterclass of notes. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. The founder of Chivalry Design, Silas Hlongwane. Check them out. Check out their studio if you want to be inspired, and if you'd like to have his custom furniture adorn your spaces at home or in the workspaces as well. They do a fantastic job.
Really beautiful.
At Chivalry Design. I've seen their Instagram. It's brilliant. It's 30 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Let's get the latest news. Musibudi Makura is standing by.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.